Hi folks, and welcome back to Fishing with Dan. So today I'm going to do some margin fishing. If you watched last week's video, you'll have saw I made up this float, which is balsa with cane and a spring steel stem. Very short float, purely designed for margin fishing. There's no eye on the thing, just a rubber on there because the eye takes a lot of pressure when you're catching fish with this type of rig. Now I have actually already plumbed the depth here, and I've got something like 2 feet. Let me just show you quickly how the actual river goes. And yes, it is a river. It looks a bit like a snake lake, I know, and as I say, I have plumbed the depth. From down in the inside down here, I've got 2 feet right up at the edge, and then gradually as you go out there it shallows right up to the far side, and I've probably right on the far bank only got about 6 inches or so. So on that one I won't be so much margin fishing as coming in and probably fishing in between those reeds which you may just about be able to see on the surface. My two main points of attack are going to be at 4 to 4.5 sections down to my right here, and about 5 sections down to my left down here, because that's where it's the deepest. Out in the middle, I don't usually catch much down there, to be honest. And anyway, this one's about margin fishing, so that's what we're going to be sticking with today. I'm going to start by just feeding through the pole pot just a few bits of bait. That's it, we're ready to go. Okay, it's got it out to the margins okay, and the problem is because it's so shallow along here, it's liable to go anywhere. Not exactly fighting hard. Decent carp. Trouble is, if I do this, it'll probably start to fight right under my rod tip, or pole tip rather, any second now when he wakes up. I don't think he knows he's hooked, you know. Can't put that much pressure on him because I'm not fishing massively heavy. It's an 015 bottom with a 16 hook, and the reason I'm doing that is because I'm trying out this new fluorocarbon hook length, and oops, I just want to see how much pressure I can put on it. I've tried it a couple of times and it seems to be pretty good actually, but never really had anything massive on it yet. This thing's just going to keep going down underneath me here, look. It's a good fish. Can't do anything with him, and it's only, I don't know, a foot to 18 inches of water around about where he's at there. Just try and keep him away from that baited area, which is exactly where he's off to now. Certainly knows how to stir the swim up. Come on, don't go down there. Alright, can't fish. I don't know whether to take off this section and see if we can get some elastic back on the puller. It doesn't seem all that ready yet. What I don't want it to do is decide to take off in a hurry. Give it a go. Okay. It seems to be done. That wasn't bad. Oh. The trouble is when you're up this high, that net's not really deep enough. Oh, that's a good fish. Oh. Well, can't argue with that, can you? Whew. You see what I mean about the float ending up in the net? This one's not too bad, it's on the edge, but I do get a bit of a pounding because of all this jumping around. Right. Whew. Do you know, I think we'll weigh him just to see. Well, that's 8 pounds 8 ounces, that's 7 pounds 5 ounces when we take the weight of the net off. Excuse me, which isn't bad for a tiny little venue like this, eh? Oh, for God's sake. A water dragon keeps going after me float. Oh dear. Well, that's a different one. He's watching me on the far bank. I don't know if you can see this, or even if you saw that, but I've never had that happen before. Here we go, he's ready. Look, here we go. That goes in the water, maybe. Just... Oh! He's actually attacking my pole pot. Well, dear oh dear. You wouldn't believe that. I think we best leave him in peace. Oh, that was funny. So that lizard or water dragon is actually still over there. Let's go and zoom in a bit. I think I've probably got him in that shot there, but basically every time I put my pole anywhere near over there, watch what happens. Oh, there he goes. He's attacking it again. Absolutely amazing that. Oh, you wouldn't believe it, would you, if you didn't see it? Oops. A bit steep up the back, as you can probably see. This one's fighting a bit more ferociously than the other one. That one just decided to doodle around in front of me down there, but this one, he's actually trying a bit harder. See all the muck being kicked up down there. Right, come on, fish. As long as he stays down that area, it's fine. As long as he stays out of the baited area, that's also fine. But sometimes they don't. As you know, it's 2 feet down here, so he's got a little bit to play with. But he's just going around in circles underneath me. Woke up again. A good fish for such a small little backwater, aren't they? Whoa. Definitely woken up now. Come on, out of there. That's my baited area. Should have him now, I think. You never know with these fish though. There we go. Yep, another good fish. I think it's as big as the last one, but yeah, not bad at all. Just hooked in the lip. Have a look at him. Oh well, wasn't quite expecting that, but hey. Let's get back in there. Getting a little series of knocks there. Yep. Oh no! No! Actually, that was a line bite off a mirror, and the reason I know that is because I can see the scale. Let's just get this in. There we go, look. See the scale dangling here. That happens sometimes, just one of those things. Try to avoid it, but sometimes you can't. Oh well. Getting movement. Yep, there we go. Steer him away. I don't think it's all that big, this one actually. No. I want to say not all that big. I'm thinking 3 pounds at the moment, maybe less, not absolutely sure. I think should be ready fairly shortly. Or not. That's carp all over though, isn't it? They just keep going and going and going. Right. Should be fairly soon now. That'll do. Actually, they're quite deceiving, these fish, when you first catch them. In terms of size, I'd say that's probably a good 3.5 overall. Nice thick fish. Well, they're not feeding right close to the bank today, but I can get them probably a foot to 18 inches out, and there we go. They're not coming thick and fast, but it's steady. Remember, this isn't a commercial water, so there aren't hordes and hordes of fish. It's only a fairly small one, this one. Probably start to fight as soon as he sees the net. Oh, there we go. That'll do. I like it when they do that. I say small, it's probably 3 pounds. Oh, and the hook's come out in the net. Yeah, it's a good little fish. He's woken up now. Just in case you're wondering, I'm following the Jamie Hughes advice, which is to have a bulk of number 8 down about 4 inches from the hook, 3 or 4 inch hook length, make it a nice positive approach, and certainly so far it does seem to be working. As far as the floats are going, I like them. I think I was a bit ambitious with this one, calling it 0.4 of a gram, because in actual fact I did that before I put the final coat of varnish on, and that's actually made a difference. But so far, yep, seems to be going well. All I've got to do is just work out exactly what size to make this body. This one isn't 0.4. I'll probably need to add another 3 millimeters or so to the actual body, and then we'll probably get into about 0.4. Yeah. Oof. He's off up the river. Funny, isn't that, how some of them fight just doggedly and others just shoot off. This one was certainly in the racing snake variety. Lots of going in this one. Trying to make for the rocks down there. Oh, getting closer now. I feel he's got a bit less power. Come on, fish. And here we go, that'll do. This steep bank's not making it easy. This is what I was saying, by the way, about the float getting a battering. You see how that's being bent over there? That's not helpful at all. But all it's done, it's just moved up the silicone here, which I can sort out in a second. Let's get him unhooked first of all. There we go. Okay, let's just have a look at this float then. As you saw, it was being battered about in the landing net there. I pull that shot back down and then pull the silicone back down as well a little bit. Just check against the pole, see where we're at for depth. Marked it earlier with a bit of Tipex or liquid paper or whatever you call it in your area, and yeah, that's a fraction off. This is still tidal up here, so I've had to go a little bit deeper than I was. Not much, but the tide is coming in, even though there's no real current as such. But hey, we're catching fish, and that's the main thing. I'm having to rotate the swims today. It seems I can catch one out of each area, and then it goes dead for a while, and then I try another area, get one there, and just keep rotating. After I come out of the area I've just caught a fish, I do a little bit of feeding down there just to get them going again while I try a different area. Obviously sometimes they just get spooked, and these aren't commercial fish, these are native fish, so it's very much the question that you know, how much are they spooked by another fish taking off. I know on UK commercials you get to a situation where they get caught all the time and they know exactly how to respond, and they just respond differently to baits. So where I am in this little backwater here, native fish, and they're really not that confident, even though you can get them feeding and then catch one and they disappear. I'm just watching across the far bank again. I'm just trying over there, and that lizard is back under there, and he's eyeing my pole pot again. He's looking at me, and then he's looking at the end of the pole pot. I'd say that was a bite, yeah. Whoa! Well, the muddy's kicked up. Gone back to where he was, I think. Oh no, he's down that way. Well, I don't know if I'm solid here or something. Didn't feel too good. Woof. Oh well. That's the problem when you're fishing with these sorts of venues. There's snags. Thought it had gone solid. Now I'm all caught up around the end of my pole. Still, that's fishing. Ah, right, okay. What it's done, it's pulled the float right up. See what I was saying? It's right next to the Stumpo connector. Just goes to show how much abuse these things have to take. I'll just check depth again, and I'll try somewhere a bit different for a minute. Oh yeah, a little bit deeper maybe. That'll do. See how strong these things are though? Yeah. This guy's hugging the side. There it goes. Loads of rubbish coming down now, as you can probably see. It's all on this side of the river as well, so I think after this one I'm going to have to pack up and call it a day. It's only a short session just to test the float anyway, so just get this one in there. Whoa, fish, whoa! Maybe he's bigger than I first thought. He's a good size. Right, come on fish, I think you're about due now. Oh, maybe not then. He's a good fish, isn't he? A little shallow place like this. Oh, there we go. Ah. Oh, not bad at all actually. I'd be guessing at about 6-ish. Very chunky. Right in the lip. Well, that's a great way to end the day, isn't it? So that's it then for today, folks. Just a short session just to see how these new floats stood up to the rigours of margin fishing. I'm very pleased with them. This one's come through with flying colours. There's hardly a mark on it. The little rubber on the top here stood up well, so I didn't need the eye. All in all, as I say, very pleased. Now all I've got to do is just decide exactly what size bodies I need to accommodate 0.4 and 0.5 of a gram, because this one, although it says 0.4 of a gram, is probably more like 0.3. Bit of fine tuning, but I'll do that video for you very shortly, and there'll be a link in the description box down below for you. Anyway, as always, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. If you want to subscribe, you can do that too. Until the next time, bye for now.